as my opposers point out, that with tenure, it actually encourages quality of instruction, and teachers are actually more encouraged to teach better at their job. I argue this to the fact that Lindsay Burke of DailySignal.com states that it's difficult to encourage excellence in teaching after just an average of 3 years of service, when the tenure system is based on time of work and not quality of instruction. And when they talk about how tenured professors can only be fired if they break the law or has documented fireable offenses, we have to ask ourselves, is it really, if they know what is their job really, is losing a job really that important to where they get their information across the students that they feel is most necessary and they feel will benefit the teacher the most and not just the student? And then my opposers also talked about how without tenure, more professors will not want to teach, and it will actually hinder their want to teach. But when in actuality, tenure in itself restricts the, Neil Cornell says that tenure restricts the ability of organizations to hire young, talented employees who are often lower on the pay scale. So even though tenure, they say that tenure would actually, no tenure would hurt the schools, the teaching system themselves, when actually having tenure in its place is actually hurting it and not having it. One problem that they said yes, that my opposers say that yes, tenure allows students to, allows teachers to research on any subject area they won't choose to, but with tenure, it also limits how nimble colleges can be in deploying their staff to areas of teaching that will better the student for employment. Meaning, what they're teaching is not actually beneficial to the student once they graduate, and this information that they preach to their students will not help them in the job market. Now, one factor that they also, my opposers also say, is that without tenure, the quality of teaching is actually will become diminished, when actually in ourselves, we have our professor ourselves. We have a professor ourselves in this class who is actually not tenured, and we are receiving the best quality of instruction we get. So, if we get, so it's a very broad term as where tenure with student, sorry, they talk about how without tenure, students, teachers will become less inclined to work for the often lower pay scale, but we in ourselves have to ask ourselves, teachers in ourselves have to ask them, should they really doing it for the money, or are they really doing it for the love of teaching?